Ladies and gentlemen, we often find ourselves questioning the mysterious ways in which life brings us together with those who change our world. Today, we explore the profound concept that a divine hand is at work, introducing us to the one meant for us, often without our conscious realization. At the heart of this idea lies divine timing. Just as nature follows its own rhythms, a flower blooming when the season is right, so too does the universe arrange our encounters. Every meeting is part of a larger tapestry, intricately woven to ensure that when the moment arrives, you are ready to receive the blessings of a genuine connection. In embracing these lessons, remember that the journey toward meaningful relationships is as much about personal growth as it is about destiny. The universe is constantly at work, aligning the stars and crafting the moments that define our lives. With each step you take, guided by faith, intuition, and self-discovery, you move closer to the moment when you are introduced to the one who truly complements your being. Even if you never consciously set out on that quest, in embracing these lessons, remember that the journey toward meaningful relationships is as much about personal growth as it is about destiny. The universe is constantly at work, aligning the stars and crafting the moments that define our lives. With each step you take, guided by faith, intuition, and self-discovery, you move closer to the moment when you are introduced to the one who truly complements your being. Even if you never consciously set out on that quest, divine timing is the idea that every significant encounter in our lives unfolds according to a higher, unseen schedule. A cosmic choreography that transcends our own planning and expectations. In our day-to-day lives, we often feel the pressure to control every aspect of our journey, from career milestones to personal relationships, yet there exists a subtle, guiding force that orchestrates events long before we even set our intentions. Just as a flower blooms in its own season, regardless of our impatience, the moments that define our lives arrive exactly when they are meant to, revealing the beauty of a plan far greater than our own. When we pause to consider the natural rhythms of the world around us, we see clear evidence of divine timing. The steady cycles of the seasons, the predictable rise and fall of the tides, and the precise dance of the planets all serve as metaphors for the way events in our lives align. These patterns remind us that there is a natural order, one that operates on its own timeline. Even when life seems chaotic or unpredictable, there is an inherent logic at work, a sequence that, when viewed from a broader perspective, makes perfect sense. This understanding can transform moments of frustration or uncertainty into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Reflecting on personal journeys reveals that the most transformative experiences often occur when we least expect them. Many of us have encountered periods of waiting, where progress seemed stalled and the future appeared uncertain. Yet in hindsight, these intervals were not periods of inactivity, but rather the quiet build-up to significant breakthroughs. Whether it was a chance meeting with someone who would become a lifelong partner or an unexpected opportunity that altered the course of our careers, these moments seem to validate the idea that timing is everything. In such instances, the delays and detours were not setbacks, but essential parts of a larger, more intricate process that prepared us to receive what we truly needed. Moreover, embracing divine timing requires us to cultivate patience and trust, qualities that are often in short supply in our fast-paced world. The impulse to force outcomes can lead to anxiety and disillusionment when things do not occur on our desired schedule. Instead, accepting that some events are beyond our control opens the door to a more relaxed and receptive mindset. This shift in perspective allows us to appreciate the present moment and to understand that every experience, no matter how mundane it may seem at the time, is a stepping stone toward a greater destiny. It is in the quiet spaces between our planned actions that the universe works its quiet magic, aligning circumstances in ways that propel us toward our true path. Additionally, divine timing can be seen as a call to self-reflection. When we relinquish the urge to micromanage our lives, we make room for introspection, an opportunity to better understand our own values, desires, and needs. This period of inner work not only prepares us for the meaningful encounters that lie ahead, but also enriches our character, fostering resilience and wisdom. By trusting in the unfolding of events, we learn to embrace uncertainty and develop a deeper sense of gratitude for the small moments that collectively shape our lives. Each twist of fate, each unexpected encounter becomes a lesson in the art of living, a reminder that the most important things often come unbidden. In the grand tapestry of life, divine timing is the silent weaver that connects the disparate threads of our existence. It reassures us that even when we are adrift in a sea of uncertainties, there is a purpose behind every delay, every missed opportunity, and every surprise meeting. By learning to trust this unseen schedule, we not only alleviate the burdens of anxiety and impatience, but also open ourselves to the wondrous possibilities that lie ahead. Life's journey is often unpredictable, filled with unforeseen detours and surprises that can challenge our sense of direction. Trusting that these twists and turns are guided by a benevolent force allows us to view even the most daunting obstacles as essential parts of a grander design. When we embrace this perspective, we learn that every setback is not a sign of failure, but an opportunity to grow and realign ourselves with a purpose that is greater than our own limited plans. There are moments when our carefully mapped out plans seem to crumble before our eyes. A promising opportunity might vanish, or an unexpected challenge may force us to reevaluate our choices. Instead of succumbing to despair, those who have learned to have faith in the journey recognize that these experiences are like detours on a scenic route, each one offering a chance to discover hidden strengths, insights, and connections that would have otherwise remained undiscovered. By trusting that a benevolent force is at work, we find the courage to let go of the illusion of total control and instead welcome the unfolding of life as a series of purposeful events. In many ways, this kind of trust is not passive, but an active engagement with life. It calls on us to listen deeply to our inner voice and to pay attention to the subtle signals that guide us along our path. These signals can appear in many forms: a chance encounter with a stranger, a timely piece of advice, or even an unexpected moment of clarity during a quiet evening. When we choose to see these moments as gentle nudges from a higher power, our outlook shifts from one of resistance to one of acceptance and wonder. We begin to understand that each twist in our journey is a deliberate part of a larger, intricately woven tapestry where every thread has its place. Piece of advice, or even an unexpected moment of clarity during a quiet evening. When we choose to see these moments as gentle nudges from a higher power, our outlook shifts from one of resistance to one of acceptance and wonder. We begin to understand that each twist in our journey is a deliberate part of a larger, intricately woven tapestry where every thread has its place. The process of learning to trust in the journey requires a conscious effort to overcome our natural inclination towards certainty and predictability. It is not uncommon to feel anxious when plans change suddenly, or when the road ahead appears shrouded in uncertainty. However, such moments of discomfort often herald transformative experiences. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and accepting that we do not have all the answers, we open up to the possibility that the universe may be offering us exactly what we need at that moment, even if it defies our immediate understanding. This shift in perspective nurtures resilience and fosters a deeper sense of gratitude for both the smooth and the challenging parts of our journey. Moreover, faith in the journey reminds us that personal growth is an ongoing process. Each experience, whether joyous or painful, contributes to our evolution and helps us become more attuned to our inner wisdom. It encourages us to view life's challenges as lessons rather than misfortunes, urging us to extract meaning and insight from every twist of fate. In doing so, we transform obstacles into stepping stones that lead us toward a more authentic and fulfilling existence. This mindset not only enriches our personal lives, but also inspires those around us to trust in their own paths and to see value in every encounter. Ultimately, having faith in the journey is about embracing life's inherent mystery with an open heart. It is the recognition that despite the uncertainties we face, there is an underlying order, a compassionate force that gently guides us toward experiences meant to shape our character and destiny. When we allow ourselves to surrender to this process, we discover that every twist and turn, every unexpected pause, is an integral part of a journey that is designed for our ultimate good. Embracing this trust transforms our perception of life, imbuing even the most challenging moments with a sense of purpose and hope. Synchronicity in action refers to those seemingly coincidental moments that, upon reflection, reveal an underlying order connecting our inner experiences with the external world. It is a phenomenon where chance encounters, unexpected meetings, or serendipitous events are not merely random, but are imbued with meaning that guides us toward our destined connections and life's paths. At its core, synchronicity challenges our conventional understanding of randomness. While modern science often explains coincidences through probability and statistical chance, synchronicity invites us to consider the possibility of a deeper, non-linear order. This concept was notably explored by Carl Jung, who described such events as meaningful coincidences that could not be explained by mere cause and effect. Instead, these moments are seen as bridges between our conscious intentions and the universe's subtle signals. Consider everyday experiences where you repeatedly encounter symbols or themes just when you need guidance. It might be a book you keep hearing about at the exact moment you are contemplating a significant decision, or an unplanned conversation that suddenly offers the clarity you have been seeking. In these instances, synchronicity acts as an internal compass, nudging you toward opportunities or connections that align with your deeper purpose. It suggests that the universe is not indifferent to our struggles and aspirations, but is in constant dialogue with us through a language of signs and symbols. One way to understand synchronicity is through the lens of interconnectedness. In a complex network, every element is linked in some fashion, even if the connection is not immediately apparent. Much like the threads of a tapestry, individual events might seem isolated on their own, but together they form a coherent picture that speaks to a greater design. When we start paying attention to the subtle signals in our lives, the fleeting moments, the chance encounters, and the unexpected insights, we begin to see patterns emerging. These patterns, once recognized, offer us an alternative perspective on our experiences. They invite us to trust that every moment, no matter how trivial it may seem, has a role in shaping our journey. In summary, recognizing synchronicity in action invites us to see beyond the surface of everyday coincidences. It teaches us that our lives are interwoven with a complex web of meaning, where every encounter has the potential to steer us toward our true path. This awareness is not about resigning to destiny, but about actively engaging with the unfolding mystery of life, allowing each serendipitous moment to illuminate our journey and guide us toward the connections we are meant to experience. Self-readiness is the journey of cultivating a deep inner awareness and openness that prepares one to truly receive and reciprocate love. It begins with the willingness to embark on an honest exploration of who we are, including both our strengths and vulnerabilities. In a world filled with external expectations and pressures, carving out time for self-reflection is not just an act of introspection, but a vital step toward building a foundation that can support meaningful relationships. When you invest in understanding your own emotional landscape, by acknowledging past wounds, celebrating personal achievements, and recognizing the areas that need healing, you create a safe, nurturing space within yourself where love can eventually take root. The process of self-readingness involves learning to listen closely to your inner voice and tuning into the signals your heart sends. This means paying attention to those subtle emotions and intuitive nudges that often go unnoticed in the hustle of everyday life. By developing mindfulness and reflective practices, whether through meditation, journaling, or quiet contemplation, you become more adept at identifying your genuine needs and desires. In doing so, you free yourself from the expectations imposed by society or past experiences and open up to the possibility of a relationship that resonates with your true self. This internal clarity is crucial because it allows you to establish healthy boundaries and communicate your needs effectively when the time comes. Another essential element of self-readiness is embracing self-compassion. All too often we are our harshest critics, clinging to negative self-talk that undermines our confidence and self-worth. Learning to treat yourself with kindness and understanding is transformative. When you practice self-compassion, you learn to forgive your own shortcomings and recognize that every experience, whether triumphant or challenging, contributes to your growth. This nurturing attitude toward yourself not only heals old wounds, but also prepares you to love without reservation. The ability to offer yourself unconditional support sets the stage for receiving the same kind of nurturing love from others. It reinforces the idea that your value is intrinsic and not contingent upon external validation. Furthermore, self-readiness is an ongoing process of personal evolution. It is not a destination, but a continuous journey of growth and renewal. This evolution is nurtured by engaging in activities and practices that enhance your overall well-being. Whether that's pursuing creative interests, engaging in physical activities, or seeking out meaningful conversations with mentors and loved ones. Each of these endeavors deepens your understanding of yourself and broadens your perspective, making you more resilient in the face of life's inevitable challenges. As you evolve, you naturally become more attuned to what you can offer in a relationship and what you deserve to receive, thereby fostering a more balanced and enriching connection with those around you. A crucial aspect of becoming self-ready is also confronting and transforming the limiting beliefs that may have been ingrained over time. Many individuals harbor internal narratives that suggest they are unworthy of love or that their needs are too demanding. Challenging these outdated beliefs is a key step towards self-empowerment. By consciously working to reframe your mindset and adopt a more positive, affirming view of yourself, you open the door to a more authentic experience of love. This transformation helps you recognize that you are deserving of care and respect, and that true intimacy arises from a place of mutual understanding and acceptance. Ultimately, cultivating self-readiness means creating an inner sanctuary where love can flourish without the burden of past regrets or future anxieties. It is about standing in your own power, embracing your authentic self, and being prepared to welcome a love that mirrors the inner peace and balance you have worked so diligently to achieve. When you are self-ready, love becomes not a desperate need to be fulfilled, but a natural, vibrant exchange that enhances both your life and the lives of those you hold dear. The journey of love is not a series of random events, but a beautifully orchestrated symphony of divine timing, unwavering faith in the journey, synchronicity in action, and self-readiness. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in guiding us toward the relationships that are meant to transform our lives. We have seen how every encounter arrives precisely when it should, like a seed that blooms in its season, reminding us that there is a cosmic plan at work, even when we cannot see it. The trust we place in our journey allows us to embrace life's twists and turns with hope and resilience, understanding that every detour has its purpose. As we become attuned to the subtle signs and coincidences around us, we begin to appreciate the inherent magic of synchronicity, a gentle reminder that the universe is constantly aligning moments and opportunities in our favor. And finally, by nurturing our inner selves and cultivating self-readiness, we prepare our hearts to receive love authentically and wholeheartedly. Let these insights serve as a beacon for your own path. Embrace the beauty of timing, trust the unfolding of your journey, remain open to the serendipities that guide you, and most importantly, prepare yourself to experience the profound joy of connection. In doing so, you not only enrich your own life, but also contribute to the greater tapestry of shared human experience. Another educational perspective on synchronicity involves the interplay between our inner world and external reality. Our beliefs, emotions, and even our subconscious can influence the way we perceive and react to the world around us. When we are open and attuned to our inner voice, our minds become more adept at recognizing these meaningful coincidences. It is as though our internal state sets a frequency that aligns with similar energies in the external environment. This process can lead to aha moments where the right people, ideas, or opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, perfectly timed to meet our needs. Embracing this perspective can empower us to remain receptive to life's messages, even in the midst of chaos or uncertainty. Furthermore, synchronicity in action encourages an active engagement with life. It requires us to cultivate awareness and mindfulness, allowing us to notice the small details that might otherwise pass by unnoticed. By developing a habit of reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, or deep conversation, we can begin to decode the language of synchronicity. In doing so, we not only enrich our understanding of ourselves, but also learn to trust in the mysterious interplay of fate and free will